4 a.m. This is the most important time of the day for me. This is where I bare my soul. The secrets of my life, the secrets of my heart, the things that I don't hide from Him. Who is He? He is my Heavenly Father. This is where I tell the truth. This is where I share my concerns. This is where I get direction. This is where I pray for my husband, my parents, my children. This is where my relationship with Him grows. This is where He tells me everything to do. And what I hear in this time, I write it down in this journal. And when I write these things down, I go and find the scriptures in the Bible. But then the time comes to an end and I have to go to work. I hate to leave this place. I hate to leave this place, but I have to. And my husband and I travel to work every morning, an hour and 15-minute commute. It's always dark when we leave and almost dark when we return. On this drive, we're often in fight or flight mode because the road is so dangerous. And for 8 years, God has protected us. And that's because I know He has something for us to do. And that this isn't all that we will ever do. We're still learning and listening and obeying. I'm one of those people who has always known that there's something different that I'm supposed to be doing in my life. While I've not always known exactly what that is, I've just known. It's almost this, I don't want to use the word nagging, but it really is. It's nagging and it's annoying. There's always been that ache there, that sort of thing that keeps telling you that this isn't all there is. Last year, my 50th birthday, we had a good time. I'm in a career at a major university in the state of North Carolina. My husband and I both work there. And, I was turning 50 and I'm like, okay, 50's good. I'm thinking that I'm settled. I'm thinking that everything is the way it's supposed to be. But here it comes again. The more I prayed and the more I fasted and the more I sought God, He began to steer me in a different direction than what I ever thought that I would even care about. But I almost became obsessed with it. And that was real estate after my 50th birthday. And so here I am. I just turned 51 Thursday, January 29th. And I'm on this new career path. And it's something I'm so focused on. It still takes me every day getting up, praying in faith and believing that I'm on the right path, because you can still be sure yet be unsure. So that's why I say, if you are like me in your 50s and you have that same nagging, annoying feeling that there's got to be something more, prayer has got to be the center of everything you do. Because otherwise, you really don't know. And that's okay, because He knows. And the steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, right? And He delights in His way. And so that's what I depend on. Music was my first love. Before titles, before responsibilities, before reality set in, music is how I learned to feel, how I learned to express what I couldn't say out loud. It's how I fell in love with my boo, my husband. Songs were our language. Melodies carried what words couldn't hold. For a long time, music wasn't just something I did, it was who I was. I always thought this would be it, the dream, the destination. But somewhere along the way, the love started to hurt. The grind became heavy, the industry became loud, and the beauty that once felt sacred started to feel compromised. I saw things that I couldn't unsee and felt a weight on my spirit I could not ignore, especially in gospel music. It broke my heart to say that out loud just now, but I didn't feel God calling me deeper into that world. So I stepped back. Not because I stopped loving music. I still love music. I still write. I still create. I still hear melodies in my head in the middle of the night. I'm still inspired by other artists. Although I don't listen to music as much anymore, because this is really kind of funny, but it's true. I don't listen to as much music because I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. You know? I don't want to chase it the way I used to, if that makes sense. Sometimes obedience, it looks like letting go instead of trying to move forward. One thing that has helped me in embracing a change of careers, and maybe not the death of a dream, but just a transition to a new one, is just being okay in the mundane tasks, like every day making up your bed. That's something that my husband and I said that we would always do. No matter what everything else looked like, we're going to leave the house with the bed made. And the commitment to this literally has helped me with the commitment to things that I'm learning to do for my future. To commit to a new career path. Just something as simple as making the bed. You wouldn't believe how that catapults you into a different mindset. And when you come home every day, your bed is made. When you get ready for bed at night, you go to your bed and it's already made, and you can just get in it and it's fresh and it's clean. And that is something that takes commitment. So moving into a new career path, you've already committed to something that a lot of people find extremely hard to do. But this is something that we embrace and that we love. There was a time when being alone felt uncomfortable to me. Like when my husband went on the road, he was a professional musician for quite a number of years, and he was away a lot. So I had to learn how to be alone. And for a while, for me, things were too quiet, too loud at the same time. So I had to learn how to cope with it, to fill in that space, to stay busy, to distract myself. And I had to learn how to do things that I love, like figuring out that I actually love a latte. And my mama always encourages me now, girl, go have your latte and enjoy it. And that's what I do.
Yes, good morning. Can I please have a blonde latte, hot, size grande, with oat milk, sugar-free vanilla, and 3 pumps hazelnut.
And oat milk. Anything else?
That'll be all.
You can pull for it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm learning that alone time isn't something to survive. It's something to sit with. And if we're going to know what it is that God has called us to do, we have to embrace these moments. Getting coffee, coming back home, being greeted by the dog, doing the same old chores. They look ordinary, but they're sacred because it's time that you have by yourself. Because when no one else is talking, God finally gets a chance to. And I don't have to perform here. I don't have to explain myself. I don't have to be strong. I can ask questions. I can sit in silence. I can listen. And sometimes we rush out of alone time because it exposes us, our thoughts, our fears, our next step. Hey, sweet girl. Hey, what's wrong? Hey, mama, come on. What you doing? You want some whipped cream? Want some whipped cream? Want whipped cream? Come on. Sis, let me tell you this. Growth does not come from running away from quiet. It comes from sitting in it and staying with it. Because your quiet time, your alone time, if you really use that time to just sit and listen and hear, then God tells you what's next. And he's not good on details. If there's anything that God is not good at, it's details. And if you're looking for details, you're not going to always get it. So you just have to trust and believe that your steps are ordered, like I said, and just move with it. And that is how I got into real estate.
It's Karen, your Fayetteville area real estate professional, and I want to tell you guys, I saw a house today.
This is where I'm headed next. He showed me my great-grandfather, Vink Gaddy. He showed me how he owned land and God blessed him to own land and to buy up a whole bunch of land during a time when it was dangerous for a black man to do so. He was born the first free black man in my family. And he had a dream. His dream was real estate investment. And his dream was to leave his whole entire family, all of his kids, 14 of them. He left them all with something. And I heard about it throughout the years, but it didn't really become important to me until now. I learned the blessing that God gave him. It's just not just a blessing, but a promise. I believe with my whole heart that God made a promise to my granddaddy. He made a promise to Vink Gaddy. And he who has begun a good work in you is able to perform it until the day of Jesus Christ. So I'm just answering the call. This is a promise that he made him, that he is fulfilling generations later. So my change in career is not just for me. It's because of a promise that he made. Think about the promise that God made Abraham, and he is fulfilling that promise continually. Jesus came, and that was the fulfillment of that promise. So he made my grandfather a promise, and I'm answering the call of God to fulfill a promise, a commitment that God made to a man who has been gone for 67 years now. What call will you answer? What commitment will you make? What will you let go in order to be able to do this, sis? To change, to have the courage to change your career at this ripe age of 50 plus. I believe in you. Follow me as I follow Christ, and we can encourage each other. All right? New careers, 50 plus. Hey, let's go. This has been, I know, kind of a different video this week, but I wanted to do something to encourage you while I encourage me, because we need encouragement, and we need to be doing exactly what it is that God wants us to do. If you have any questions, comment below and I'll do my best to answer them. Again, I know this is a different video, and thank you guys for hanging in there with me and listening, but this is what I had to share with you this week. This is what I believe God wanted me to share with you this week, and I hope that it's a blessing for you. And I hope that you will take some of these pointers and go to him and ask him what your next step is, because it is never, ever, never too late. All right? I love you, and I will see you on the next video.